Welcome everyone, this is Ray Ramirez, and what we're going to do today is we're going to use the instructions from the basic fly fishing guide that we do for the basic angler fishing in order to tie the Gotcha Beetle. And the Gotcha Beetle is a neat little fly that can be used to catch bass and bream and a lot of different kinds of panfish. So we're gonna go through the instructions, and I may wind up deviating a little bit, but just because I'm not reading the instructions per se. So here we go. Let's talk about the materials. We're going to be using some nymph hooks, in this particular case some size 12 nymph hooks, and you can tie a little bit larger ones if you want, and they should work fine. And you can use dry fly hooks too. These are nice and sturdy. We're also going to be using some grizzly hackle for our leg material, and then of course I'm using some light thread, and in this particular case it's black because we're going to tie this fly in a black color. I'm going to be using two types of closed cell foam to make our little parts. This is for the body and this is for a little indicator, and it comes from closed cell foam that you can get from just about anywhere, fly shops or from Walmart. The other thing that we're going to use is we're going to use silly legs, and I'm using a brown colored silly legs, kind of a golden brown silly legs, to cut the small little legs that we're going to be using and imitating the insect legs. What I've done is I've already pre-cut most of the material, so I'll just go ahead and get started. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set the hook here on the vise, and if you notice, the hook point is not protruding beyond the vise, and so it's nice and secure. We're going to take the thread and we're going to start about 1/4 of the way from the eye and move back. There's one thing that I'm not going to be doing that are on the instructions, and that is to include some head cement or fly tying cement to secure the body wraps, but I'm only doing it so that we can work through this fly quickly. But I'll tell you when we're going to be adding that part so that you don't forget it, which is about now. I mean, we're going to go back and forth. We're going to do it 2 or 3 times so that we can get a good sturdy material, and then we're going to wind up coming right back to where we started, and that's where we're going to add our first piece. At this particular point, we would go ahead and add some head cement there and make certain that it dries just a little bit, but still tacky, so that it will secure the closed cell foam to the shank of the hook. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move back, and I'm going to go ahead and tie about 2 or 3 wraps around the body. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create segments. So the segments of an insect seem to taper as you move back, and so as I'm moving back, if you're noticing, I'm moving back, and the body seems to go from a little bit larger segments to smaller segments all the way back. Okay, what I would do is I would take some of the hackle now, and I would take one piece out, and then I would strip out all of the little fuzzy part that was back over here toward the end, and I'm gonna then rub this so that we can go ahead and have these legs here ready to go, and I'm going to secure it to that last segment. Once it's there on the last segment, I'm going to go back over the segments and move back, and then I'm going to go ahead and begin wrapping around through the segments. Okay. And working my way forward, and I have basically made the legs. So I take a couple of wraps around and then secure it carefully, and I have now a chance to trim the top part. Just remove some of that. So now I have my little bushy legs right underneath the fly, which is great because now I've got these legs that I can put on either side. And so I'm going to take a few loose wraps, maybe a couple of loose wraps, okay, to just hold them in there. And I'm not going to tighten them just yet. I will in a little bit. And I'm going to put another couple of wraps. I'm not tightening them because I want to position them now so that they're looking and appearing like legs in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a wrap and then make a couple of wraps and then tighten them and then reposition the legs here just a little bit. Okay. Now once I have those legs over, I'll take my remaining material and bring it over, and then I'm going to create my head. So do this slowly so that you can position it well. Okay, and it's ready to go right here, with the exception of one thing. This dark fly is going to be hard to see on the surface. Okay, so what I would suggest that we do is that we put, and that's the way the Gotcha Beetle works, you put a little bit of white foam up on top. Let me move the legs back just so that I can get in here. Put a little bit of white foam here, and now that white foam is going to serve as an indicator so I can see where that fly is going to be. All right, take a few little wraps here. I'm going to just do that. Okay, to whip finish it, those were little half hitches, and now I'm going to put a little bit more secure whip finish with my whip finish tool. Whoops, let's see. And I've got the beetle ready to go, and then we'll just make some adjustments of the legs, of the materials up on top. And if you don't like the way they look, okay, you can go ahead and trim them if you want. And you want to make the head a little tapered. Okay. So now you've got your fly basically ready to go. And of course you can follow up with trimming the tail, but you've got a little fly here that looks a lot like an insect. Okay, so that's the Gotcha Beetle. Pretty easy to tie, and hope that you can follow these instructions and get it done. Take care.